The winner of this game will either mean a three-way tie in the NFC West, or the 49ers will have a one-game lead over the Saints. And of course, the 49ers and the Saints will square off at the Superdome next week. Wayne and I will be there for that contest, as the NFC West turns into quite a battle royal even before the halfway mark of this year.
I think both coaches are saying right now, when we talk to them, John Robinson and Bill Walsh, that they feel that the NFC West is the strongest one in football right now.
McLemore on the left and Ring on the right will receive for the 49ers. Chuck Nelson kicking off for the first time. The Rams received at the start of the game, and there have been no scores. So Chuck Nelson, a rookie, fourth-round draft pick from the University of Washington. First time we've seen him. End over end, will not make the end zone, and Dana McLemore at the 2. He's hit at the 20. McLemore had been idled with a hamstring pull before this game. Ivory Sully makes the tackle. So here comes Montana, who is 13 for 19. Good percentage day, 126 yards, no TDs and no interceptions, has been sacked once.
What the Rams have done that's been extremely good for them is when times that Montana has broken the pattern and come rolling out of the pocket and stuff, they've stuck with the people downfield and made it tough for him.
He's got Bill Ring as his lone setback, and Craig is now in a wing-back position. And here's Bill Ring. Bill Ring going off the right side. Eric Harris forced the play nicely. And in fact, all of the Rams have forced the runs, from the linebackers like Eckern to Eric Harris, who was acquired from Kansas City along with the quarterback Steve Fuller, was a 3-year starter for the Chiefs.
And he's got excellent size. He's about 6'3" and 205 pounds, and can get up there and be physical against the run like he was that last time.
Bill Ring carried 4 times, now 5 in the ball game. Second down and 12, loss of 2. Charlie Givernet is in there at nose tackle. Pass is caught by Craig, who brings it out to the 29-yard line. Shy of a first down. Leroy Irvin and Carl Eckern in there, and Bill Walsh sending in 2 tight ends, Easton Ramsden and Earl Cooper. There's Carl Eckern and Leroy Irvin, who made the play.
11 to the 30.
So it was an 11-yard pickup, but they needed 12. So it'll be 3rd and 1 now at the 30 for the 49ers. Ram defense playing awfully tough.
And have most of the season.
Three tight ends in there for the 49ers. And Earl Cooper goes in motion. He's the deep threat of the 3. Play action pass, and Montana looking once, twice, and now Eric Harris almost intercepted that. In fact, he had it intended for Earl Cooper and dropped it, but he had that clean interception.
Now Montana was looking people off on that pass. Watch him here. Play action. Looks left. Goes middle. Waits a minute. Throws right there. Harris in great shape. It had the interception, and I think Cooper stripped the ball away.
So Montana comes up empty here, and on 4th down it'll be Tom Morris punting and Leroy Irvin there. Leroy Irvin had 3 touchdowns on punt returns in 2 games just 2 seasons ago. Good kick by Tom Morris. This is his best day as a punter for the 49ers. Irvin back at his 20, maybe hemmed in, and he's down. Fumble. And the Rams recover. It was Dana McLemore who made the first hit on Leroy Irvin, and they'll spot the ball just at the 25. Eric Harris recovered the ball. So the Rams will go on offense for the first time in the second half when we return. Rams have the ball, 1st and 10 now. The deepest penetration for the 2 teams. The 49ers got to the Ram 19 before they fumbled, and the Rams got to the San Francisco 39. This may be one of the worst field positions. First time the Rams have had the ball all game. Vince Ferragamo, 1st and 10 at the 24. David Hill is in motion, and Eric Dickerson breaks a couple of tackles, and he's off. Eric Dickerson to the 40, and Tim Collier wrestles him down at the 27-yard line, and there's your big play of the ball game. Eric Dickerson with the big play of the game. 49 yards.
Look at the hole over on the right side here now behind Dennis Hara and Jackie Slater. David Hill comes down. Dickerson isn't touched until right here in the secondary. That's what the 49ers were worried about. And you can see why he has averaged 129 yards a game this season for the Rams. Stop him for a while, but you're not going to do it all day.
And Dickerson had an 85-yard run for a touchdown against the Jets. This is for 49 yards, 1st and 10 at the 49er 27. And Barry Redden carries for the first time in the game and gets it inside the 25. A pickup of maybe 2.5 on the play. Dwayne Board and Pete Kugler up front make the tackle. So our first look at Barry Redden, who was the #1 draft pick last year, had a knee injury on the first day of camp. Pete Kugler, who was shaken up before, back in there from Penn State. His father is a former attorney general in the state of New Jersey. Second and 7 at the 24. Dickerson with 10 carries and 83 yards. Back in there after a breather. George Farmer in motion, and here's Eric. Inside the 20.
See those moves, those kind of sliding moves he makes, almost like he's roller skating through the line. Never has both feet off the ground at the same time. The great ones, they just don't teach this kind of movement right here. Watch these feet. He always maintains. He's always got his balance, and he can cut quickly and off each direction, off each foot.
Good block up front by Jackie Slater, who's having a great season, according to John Robinson. 3rd down and 1 at the 18. This is the greatest penetration by either side in this ball game. 10:44 remaining, 3rd quarter, no score. Eric Dickerson going wide, and Eric Wright carries him out of bounds. Short. Let's see where they spot it. They're very close, and I think we're going to have a measurement right here. Very close right now, and whatever it's going to be, it's a matter of inches. Eric Wright forced the play nicely as Dickerson went wide. If the Rams have made it, it would be their first successful 3rd down conversion in the game. They had failed the first 6 times. Let's see if they did make it. First down. The Rams pick it up, so they make good on a 3rd down conversion. And the center, Doug Smith, and the rest of that offensive line of Bain, Hill, Hara, and Jackie Slater got the job done, and it's now 1st and 10 at the 17. And the first real threat we have of scoring in this game, Wayne.
John Robinson likes this offensive line that you were talking about. He said they used to do a lot of trap blocking and pulling in the past, but in his system, they man-to-man block and have to stay with their blocks a little bit longer, and he said they're doing it extremely well.
Barry Redden, number 30, replaces Dickerson. And Mike Guman goes in motion. Ferragamo rolling out. Swings it out to David Hill. And Kugler is there. He breaks Kugler's tackle. He breaks Willie Harper's tackle. And David Hill, an express train, goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Ricky Ellison finally made the hit to stop him.
Misdirection, everything here by the Rams. Motion going left. Ferragamo rolls out left. David Hill holds a couple counts and filters out in the flat. Pete Kugler looks like he's in good shape here, but misses the tackle, and Hill's muscling for yardage.
John Robinson has a lot of confidence in David Hill. He was called for a couple of penalties in the Saints game in the first half. Stuck with him, came back, caught 4 balls, including a TD in the second. Dickerson is back. 2nd and 8. They're at the 15. No score. And here's Dickerson opening. Eric Dickerson is going to get in there. Touchdown, Rams.
The move he put on Keena Turner at the line of scrimmage was incredible. It was one of those things that we were talking about just a couple plays ago. How he's always in balance and can make these cuts. He's sensational. Number 29. Turner will be 58. He's out. And Hicks, he just put the speed onto him, number 22.
And the 10th touchdown of the year for Eric Dickerson. who really was the key on this drive with a 49-yard burst. And Chuck Nelson, who has missed one conversion. He is 14 for 15. Nolan Cromwell holds. Will try to add the 7th point to the Rams. And Nelson's kick is good. And so the Rams finally break the scoreless tie here in the 3rd quarter.
From another viewpoint here. Now watch him set up this block for his guard pull on Keena Turner. He makes that move, sets the block up, then uses his speed to get around the corner here and beat Hicks, number 22, to the corner of the end zone.
Eric Dickerson with a 15-yard touchdown run, and the rookie from SMU, who now has gained 71 yards on that drive, puts the Rams in front 7-0. Eric Dickerson, who has averaged 129 yards a game, now has 105 on 13 carries. So it doesn't take long, does it? Like you said,
he got him fast, and he had 34 at halftime.
And he had 71 of those 76 yards on the drive as the Rams lead at 7-0. And Chuck Nelson will be kicking off. Dana McLemore on the left and Bill Ring on the right for the 49ers. As the sun is dipped behind the clouds here at San Francisco, and Dana McLemore goes up the middle and almost had a chance of breaking it, and the man that stopped him was Monty Jackson. But a good return by Dana McLemore, who brings the ball out to the 26-yard line.
McLemore had a long punt return last year against the Rams, 93 yards, almost broke that one. Monty Jackson made a saver.
And a congratulatory hand from John Robinson. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line for Joe Montana. He has Craig and Ring in the backfield. Montana with a short drop, and Dwight Clark is there. And it was Nolan Cromwell who tried vainly to get a hand on that ball, but Clark has it for a 1st down. Eric Harris knocked him out of bounds.
Cromwell made a great read here. Clark, number 87, the running out pattern here. Number 21, with his head and eyes in the backfield, anticipated it, but it was just out of his reach. Good throw, good catch.
11-yard pickup, and only the 2nd reception of the game for Dwight Clark. Ball at the 37 of the 49ers. Play action, and Montana drills it. Freddie Solomon. What a superb throw and catch. How smooth Freddie Solomon is.
One of the quickest players in the league. He's in the slot right here. He's running a straight up pattern, no moves, in between the seams of his zone. Johnny Johnson comes over and secures him.
39-yard gain right there. Freddie Solomon, who likes his peanut butter and jelly sandwich, waiting for him on the desk of Shelley Wallman, the public relations secretary of the Niners, after every practice session, right?
It's an omen, a bad omen if he doesn't get it.
He gets awfully ornery, doesn't he? 1st and 10 at the 34. Montana is hot, and the pass intended for Clark is incomplete.
So I think that was a misconnection between Clark and Montana again that time, that he thought Clark was going to take it to the corner, and he was running a slant in. So the Rams are confusing him some.
Jimmy Collins, Johnny Johnson defending. Dwight Clark and Joe Montana, a familiar tandem. So far, Clark has caught 4 touchdown passes this season. You know, after 5 games of the 81 season, Clark hadn't caught any touchdown passes. Gary Jeter, number 77, is in the game. 2nd and 10 at the 34 of the Rams. Ring was hit at the line. Someone got a hand on him, and that slowed him up. Charlie Desjardins. He was activated this week, Desjardins, former San Diego Charger, and they feel that he brings the one element they don't have in the defensive line, and that is quickness. He is in his 7th year and was once a 17th round draft choice by the Chargers.
Got a lot of playing time in San Diego. Split between defensive tackle and defensive end down there. Played both spots.
Here's a 3rd and 8 for the 49ers. 7-0 Rams. Montana in trouble for the moment. Passes complete. And a fumble. The pass was complete, and the fumble is picked up by Johnny Johnson of the Rams. And he goes out of bounds finally. Eason Ramson caught the ball and then fumbled it. And it was Johnny Johnson, the free safety, who picked it up, and the 49ers, with their best drive of the game, again, comes up with a big 0.
Rams with a blitz on that time. Montana read it, got it out here to Ramson, who made the catch, and Monty Irvin came over and stripped the football out. Johnson picks it up and then does some work afterwards. Leroy Irvin, excuse me.
And Johnson said the best thing to do is just to step out of bounds, and so the third San Francisco fumble has hurt him right here, and the Rams will take over when we come back. That'll be 4 o'clock Eastern, 2 Pacific, next Saturday on CBS Sports.
Dick, don't be surprised right here, because the Rams established the run tremendously well on that last possession of theirs with Eric Dickerson. That they don't go play action here sometime in this series. Go play action and try to beat the 49ers deep with one of the wide receivers. Ferragamo can throw deep with anyone.
Boy, he can throw that on a dime, can he? He's got a real strong arm. 1st and 10 at the 14. Barry Redden is the running back right now for the Rams, and Mike Gooman came in motion. Play action for Ferragamo, as you said, and he's got a lot of time. He lost this one, and with all the time he had, there had to be a mix-up in the receiving core. Henry Ellard appeared to be the intended receiver there.
He was looking for Ellard deep and did have all day, but nothing showed up downfield for him.
They like Henry Ellard. You're going to see him as a starter very soon in the Ram lineup. He likes to go deep, doesn't mind catching the ball in traffic. You need that speed. 2nd and 10 at the 14. 7-0. The Rams lead. We have 8 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Dick Stockton and Wayne Walker from Candlestick Park. David Hill in motion. Barry Redden. Oh, wide open up the middle. Gets it out to the 35 and fumbles. And the whistle had blown. That is not a fumble. They'll spot the ball back at the 35. So Redden found a wide hole up the middle.
Look at the block here on the nose tackle, Kugler, by David Hill, number 81, coming in. Great block. That springs number 30 Redden downfield. So that's that motion back, that U-back that we've been talking about. Some of the things that he can do.
Why do they call it U-back?
Because he makes some U-turns. He starts in motion one way and then will U-turn sometimes and go back where he came from.
I won't ask you why the Falcons call it an H-back.
No, we won't even talk about that. I just call him a move back because he moves on almost every play.
Redden's gain of 21, his biggest gain of the year. Dickerson is back now, and Dickerson carries, and he too finds a hole up the middle and drives his way into 49er territory at the 48-yard line before Hacksaw Reynolds makes the stop. So right now the Rams are finding wide open holes up the middle, and it doesn't matter who's carrying
chewing them up. And watch David Hill again. He came in here and there wasn't anybody to block, so he went headed upfield and got a block on the safety, Dwight Hicks.
16 yards for Dickerson, so that's 37 yards on 2 carries, 1 by Redden, 1 by Eric Dickerson, up the middle. And 1st and 10 at the San Francisco 48. Capacity crowd here at Candlestick Park. Rams lead it 7-0. Eric Dickerson cutting the other way. Tom Homo, and I think Dickerson slipped more than anything else. Willie Harper came over as well. Let's check on some scores while we have some time. And halftime, Dallas much closer than they figured, leading Tampa Bay by 4. Seattle over San Diego. Maybe the Chargers defense isn't going to get them to the playoffs. 21-7 at halftime. Kansas City, John Malkovich in his first year, leading the Raiders 17-7, and Philadelphia leading the New York Giants in the 3rd quarter 14-6. That's a big game in the NFC Eastern Division. Right now the Rams have 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line. Ferragamo has time. He's going for Denard, and it's knocked away by Eric Wright. Fine play by Wright.
A great throw by Ferragamo, but just a great play, as you mentioned, Dick, by Eric Wright. Ferragamo perhaps throws that pattern better than anybody in the league. In that 20-yard range, he can get it on the money. He did right here. A real battle going on in there between those two guys, and Eric Wright just with a finger on it.
It is 3rd down and 6. The Rams have converted 1 3rd down situation in this game. At the 44 of San Francisco. 6:09 remaining, 3rd quarter. LA leading 7-0. Ferragamo going for Ellard, and he made the catch. He was hit by Collier but held on. Another terrific play by a receiver in this game on both sides, and Ellard has a first down.
Once again, the strength of Ferragamo's arm. He put it on a wire over here to Ellard, number 80, and had to, because Collier was in pretty good shape. First ball they've caught on Collier today. He got there the same time the ball did, made a good hit, but great concentration by the rookie Henry Ellard, who stayed right with it.
An 11-yard pickup for Henry Ellard, who broke his clavicle, it's like his collarbone, against the Giants with a diving catch out of Fresno State, second-round pick. 1st and 10 at the 33 of San Francisco. Ferragamo taking one way, going up on top, and Ellard out of the end zone, caught the ball. Tim Collier was defending, and Ellard almost lost his footing totally back there. That pass was deep and long, but it was out of the end zone. Key plays on this drive so far are 2 running plays. Barry Redden up the middle for 21 and Eric Dickerson for 16. Now Ferragamo faced with a 2nd and 10.
He's had plenty of time to throw. The Rams offensive line, tackle to tackle, doing a great job. They have all afternoon, blocking well for the run, and now they're protecting extremely well for Ferragamo when he throws.
2nd and 10. 49ers have 23 sacks coming in this game, but they haven't touched Ferragamo in this one. Dickerson dropped. Pete Kugler.
Kugler, who had been burned a couple times by that play. The move back, David Hill came down and blocked him again that time, but Kugler that time was up to the task, took it on, and made the tackle.
We want to remind you that next week it'll be the 49ers and the Saints who beat the Falcons on the final play. They're off to their best start in history at 4-2, and so the 49ers will journey to the Superdome to face the Saints next Sunday on CBS Sports. 3rd and 10 at the 33 with 4:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Look for a blitz here from the 49ers.
Here they come. The quick pass is caught by Gordon Jones. And Jones is hit inside the 25, short of a first down by less than a yard. And you can credit Dwight Hicks and Ron Ferrari with preventing the Rams from getting a first down on that play.
They're close to it, though.
From here, it looks as if they're short by less than a yard.
They're going to have to bring it out and take a look, because they're extremely close to the first down.
It would be 4th down if they don't make it. Obviously, if they do, then they've got a new set and moving the ball nicely.
Be decision time if they're short for John Robinson, and they are.
4th down.
It's going to go for the 3.
And that means Chuck Nelson. Chuck Nelson, who is 3 for 6 in the field goal department. His longest has been 36 yards. Let's see where they'll try this one from.
Be about a 40-yarder for him, Dick. 40 or 41 yards.
It'll be a 40-yard attempt. You're right. He missed one from 40. He's also missed one from 47 this year. So this is one of the longer ones he's attempted. It'll actually be 41 yards. Cromwell will hold, trying to put the Rams up 10-0 on 4th and 1. Chuck Nelson. And here's Nelson's attempt. It's long enough, and it is good. Chuck Nelson with a 41-yard field goal has given the Rams a 10-0 lead over the 49ers with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and that should boost this young man's confidence.
No, he drilled it. That one would have been good for about 10 more yards, perhaps longer than that. He knew it the minute he got to it here. Good set by Cromwell, strings away. He hammered it, and he knows it.
Well, it's a Ram kind of game. They're leading 10-0, and they've kept the Niners off the board. John Henry, horse racing's all-time leading money winner, will tell you about the Jockey Club Gold Cup coming up after this return next Saturday on CBS. Dana McLemore and Bill Ring back, and Chuck Nelson, who just kicked a 41-yard field goal, the longest of the season, and that means his career. Give the Rams a 10-0 lead. This one flies over to the right, and it's Ring at the 1. Hit hard at the 15-yard line by Howard Carson. John Henry, horse racing's all-time leading money winner and Kentucky Derby winner Sonny's Halo, expected to lead a strong Jockey Club field. And what happens in the Champaign State?
Devil's Bag, that 2-year-old we were talking about, who has become a leading candidate, even though he's a late starter for Horse of the Year honors, is expected. So 2 very special races on CBS.
4 o'clock Eastern, 2 Pacific next Saturday. Looking at the rushing, 49ers have gained only 38 yards. Dickerson 124. The Rams had only 38 yards rushing in the first half, but they have 116. And Dickerson, of course, the key. Bill Ring gets a hand as he comes off the field. No one was ever going to have to take him off. He's tough.
Howard Carson almost took him out with that tackle on that kickoff. Ring was down for a while.
So the 49ers starting from their 16-yard line. Jeff Moore's in the game. First time he's seen action. And Montana's pass to Earl Cooper, the tight end. And Nolan Cromwell rides him to the 37-yard line. Coop, they're yelling.
Cooper, we told you, played fullback, was switched this year in training camp to tight end, catches the ball wide open over the middle. And with those long strides of his, eats up the ground. You see Dwight Clark downfield getting the block.
21-yard gain on that play. 3:06 to go, third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Niners at their own 37-yard line. Bill Ring is back in the game, along with Roger Craig, the backs. And here's a play action. Montana running, and Youngblood gets him from behind. So there's Jack Youngblood, the 12-year veteran, trying to adjust, and adjusting well, I guess, to the 3-4.
Youngblood working against Keith Fawnhorst, number 71. Youngblood, left of your screen. Montana play action here. It doesn't fool anybody. Starts to break down for him, and he bails out. And Youngblood, still with great quickness after 13 years in the league, hauls him down from behind.
Second sack of the day for the Rams. Ferragamo has escaped any of that. 2nd down, 15 at the 32. 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. 10-0 in favor of the Rams. Montana going up top for Freddie Solomon and overthrows. Closest to the ball was Eric Harris.
Eric Harris was almost the intended receiver on that pass. He had about 3 or 4 strides on Solomon, and Montana overthrew them both.
Montana is now 18 for 27 for 213 yards. 49ers have been hurt by 3 fumbles, one particularly here in this third quarter, when they were moving the ball in their best drive of the day.
That was by the tight end Eason Ramsey. Johnny Johnson recovered it for the Rams. Big turnover.
3rd down and 15. Montana is hit as he lets it go, and Eason Ramsey has it. He is tackled by Mel Owens. He is shy of a 1st down by a good 5 or 6 yards. So a good rush by Reggie Doss. Montana got it away, but it'll be 4th down anyway.
Yeah, watch the shot that Doss got on Montana here now. He came in untouched from the right side, practically like he was on a blitz. He'll show up right side of your screen, going full speed. Watch the shot that Montana takes. That's what they call ear-holing somebody, because when they get up, they're looking out of the ear hole of their helmet.
Tom Morris back to kick. Leroy Irvin is back for the Rams. Final minute and a half of this third quarter, and a good high kick by Tom Morris, and Irvin's going to let it bounce. And it'll bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Keep in mind what we told you at the very outset of this game, that the Rams have lost to the 49ers only one time here in San Francisco in the last 16 years. That's one of the amazing records of teams in the past. 56-yard punt. We'll be back. And you can see the contrast in total offense from the first half to the second half, and you can thank Mr. Dickerson for that. Tom Morris, by the way, is having his best day of the year, is averaging 50 yards on his punts this afternoon. There he is with Ray Wersching. Hasn't had a chance to do much except kick off the opening game. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Rams. Eric Dickerson is the running back. Ferragamo to the air to Dickerson. And brought down by Tom Holmoe, the 4th-round draft pick out of Brigham Young University. Let's pick up some scores now. The Raiders coming close. Now trail Kansas City 17-14.
Seattle looking for their 2nd win this season over San Diego.
I got you 1 minute.
We'll be at the Superdome next week. And if this score holds up, this game could be for first place in the NFC West. But we have plenty of time to go. 50 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Eric Dickerson going wide. And Jim Stuckey got a hand on him. Eric Dickerson, who rambled 49 yards to set up the 15-yard touchdown in which he scored his 10th TD of the year earlier in this 3rd quarter to make it 7-0. They'll need an equipment adjustment right there.
Hey, when you're a defensive player and you're playing against a guy like Eric Dickerson, Dick, what happens every time he touches the ball? You get a shot of adrenaline and your heart goes up to your mouth because you know if you don't get over there, really hustle and get at the point of attack, he's liable to break it. It's a scary feeling every time the man right there touches the ball for the 49er defense.
Barry Redden replaces him for this play. 3rd and 6 at the 24. And in motion, Henry Elliott. And here's Barry Redden. Redden has the 1st down. And they can't bring him down. Dwight Hicks finally does, but not before on a 3rd and 6. Barry Redden rambles forward to the 41-yard line. And the Rams keep the ball with another 1st down on a 17-yard pickup.
Great block by Jackie Slater, the right tackle. Watch him loop out and get Keena Turner, number 58 here. Kick him out. Redden comes up behind that. Slater, one of the most underrated players in the National Football League. The 49ers took a poll, and they were asked who was the most underrated player on the other teams. Almost half of them on defense said Jackie Slater, number 78. They have a lot of respect for him.
He's averaging 14 yards per carry, and as a college senior, the only backs who gained more yards in his college career in that last year, Herschel Walker of Georgia and Marcus Allen of USC. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter here at Candlestick Park with a score. The Rams 10, the 49ers nothing. We now pause for a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Toyota's new cars and trucks for 1984. Toyota invites you to see them at your local dealer. And by the over 1,200 Midas muffler and brake shops.
Along with Wayne Walker, this is Dick Stockton from Candlestick Park in San Francisco as we start the 4th quarter. The LA Rams lead the San Francisco 49ers 10-0, and that man is one of the big reasons, if not the reason, Eric Dickerson. It is a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Ferragamo under pressure fires this pass, and it's caught by Denard. Preston Denard at the 40-yard line has a 1st down. Eric Wright on the tackle.
We'll see Denard run the pattern here, isolated against Eric Wright, number 21. He takes it down and then runs to the post on him. And keep in mind that while all this is going on, Ferragamo is getting tremendous protection again from the Rams offensive line. They are controlling this game right now.
And they're also allowing the Rams to average over 8 yards a rush. So they're doing it both ways, the offensive line is, as they did against the Lions last week when they controlled the line. 1st and 10 at the 40. Dickerson was tripped up by Keena Turner. Just got there before Dickerson almost got the ball.
Dennis Hara on the pull, and Turner got in under him to make the stop. Number 60 is Hara out in front, and you see Turner get around and kind of under him and get an arm out and stop Dickerson. You don't see Dickerson come down too many times just with an arm tackle, but he did that time.
Jim Stuckey replaces Lawrence Pillars up front for the 49ers. It is 2nd and 12 at the 42 now for Ferragamo. Ferragamo's pass thrown, and Gooman was the intended receiver. He had overrun the ball. Coming up next week on CBS, the NFL season heats up. The doubleheader game will open it up with the 49ers against the Saints, and it could be a battle for the NFC Western lead. It all starts with the NFL today at 12:30 Eastern.
Later on, it'll be Philadelphia, Dallas, or Atlanta at these Los Angeles Rams.
All starts there 3:30 Eastern for that Sunday doubleheader. 3rd and 12 at the 42. Ferragamo gets rid of it. Overthrown. Gordon Jones was the intended receiver, and it'll be incomplete. So the 49ers hold, and a good pass rush by Keena Turner on the blitz. What do you make of the Saints?
Well, I think the Saints are a good football team. The Rams know that from that second game. That was a great football game between the Rams and New Orleans that we saw at Anaheim, Dick. And that game just ended. There really wasn't a dominant team in that one. The Rams were ahead when it was over.
John Misko punting. He's had a good day, as has Tom Morris. Going for inside the 20. Bounces at the 5 and into the end zone for a touchback. George Rogers back in action in this game, and the Rams, or the 49ers, hope that Wendell Tyler will be back next week, and that should make for an interesting battle on its own. The crowd is urging on the 49ers, who will take over on the 20 when we come back. Well, the San Francisco 49ers, the highest scoring team in the NFL, have been held scoreless by the LA Rams in a superb defensive effort. We have 13:22 remaining in the fourth quarter, and it's 1st and 10 at the 20. And in motion is the tight end Earl Cooper. Montana going for Dwight Clark at the 29. Close to a first down. Leroy Irvin right there to make the tackle. Of course, the Rams, now that Pat Thomas and Rod Perry are no longer there, have Kirk Collins and Leroy Irvin. Collins with a sore throat not playing, and Eric Harris at left corner. Irvin made the tackle on that play. It's 2nd and less than a yard. Wouldn't be surprised to see Joe and Dwight hook up a few times, huh?
I think he's going to start looking for him originally.
2nd, less than a yard at the 29. Freddie Solomon comes out left, and now Cooper lines up in the backfield. Bill Ring, first forward, making Roger Craig to the 42-yard line. Craig. And there was the kind of a hole up front that the Rams are used to having today.
Randy Cross and Fred Quillen. Cross is a guard. Number 51, you see him blocked down on the nose tackle. Good job by John Ayers up there. And Quillen, 56, the center.
14-yard pickup, and that's the longest run from scrimmage for Roger Craig this year. The 1st and 10 at the 42. 3 minutes going by in the fourth quarter. Montana dumps it off to Russ Francis, who can't hold on. That'll go as an incompleted pass. And Russ has really had his problems holding on to the ball even after he makes the catch or as he makes it.
Took a pretty good shot that time. And that brought him off the football. He's had his problems. We're talking about Russ Francis fitting into the offense here, because last year he had a bad back, missed almost all of training camp. This year he broke his hand, same thing. So he's been getting on the job experience in the ball games with the San Francisco offense, and just doesn't match up that good with Montana right now.
2nd and 10 now at the 42. In motion goes the speedster Ronaldo Nehemiah. And here comes the blitz. Andrews is after Montana, who throws it away. And that was a smart play on Joe Montana's part, because he had nowhere to go, and Andrews had a free rein.
It's been an extremely fine defensive scheme by the Rams today.
We have a holding penalty on top of that against San Francisco. Ten to nothing, the Rams lead. A victory would force a three-way tie in the NFC West, with the Saints and the 49ers all would be 4-2. Jerry Seaman.
Holding number 71
Offense.
Keith Fawnhorst, the right tackle. Well, next Saturday, CBS will have more exciting NCAA college football action for you. And Texas-Arkansas, a big rivalry.
Virginia Tech versus West Virginia.
Oregon State and Joe Capps' California Golden Bears. Plus other regional action. Texas with a big win over Oklahoma yesterday. It all begins with the NCAA Today, live 12 Eastern. Montana on second down. First down into Ram territory. Freddie Solomon at the 45-yard line. A 24-yard play to Freddie Solomon, who was part of a 39-yard play earlier. So he has indeed, even though the Niners haven't scored, been part of two big plays today.
It's a fine catch he made, a leaping catch. Both feet off the ground, going over the middle. That's tough for any wide receiver.
He's in his 9th year. Freddie Solomon, quiet, soft-spoken receiver. 1st and 10 at the Ram 44. Russ Francis goes in motion. 10-0 in favor of LA. Montana hits Clark again. And Clark is down to the 35 by Carl Eckert. The last time the Niners had a drive going, they coughed it up on a fumble.
Mixing in the short passes to Clark on this one with the one downfield to Solomon. And in the past, the 49ers in this situation will throw a run or two at you. They prefer a sweep in short yardage situations, believe it or not.
Last time the 49ers were shut out was 3 years ago by the Giants here, 12-0. 2nd and 1 at the 35. And movement in the line. Were they drawn off, or did the Rams go? Let's watch to see if Randy Cross drew him off or what.
Ball start. Number 51. Offense.
It was Cross. 5 yards against San Francisco.
Ball start. Number 51. Offense.
Gary Jeter, the former New York Giant, who comes in as the 4th down lineman in pass rushing situations, is there now with 2nd down and 6 at the 40. Montana 22 of 32. 266 yards. Roger Craig cutting inside. Gets to the 35. He's very close to a first down. Monty Jackson makes the stop on him. Roger Craig, who's having his best day right now. Let's go to Brent Musburger in New York for an NFL Today update. Find out what's going on.
Dick Phil Simms is now quarterbacking the Giants. He replaced Scott Brunner. Here's Butch Woolfolk, more effective inside the tackles. And now the Giants have pulled it within a point of the Eagles. Let's go back to Dick and Wade.
All right, Brent, thank you very much. Craig now has gained 41 yards. That's a per carry average of 3.4, just about what he's done going into this game. 3rd and less than a yard after 35. Eason Ramson in motion. And a quarterback sneak will give the 49ers a first down. There's the rookie from Nebraska. You know, the Rams, because of circumstances, have been able to avoid the likes of George Rogers, who got hurt in the Saints game, Freeman McNeil, who got hurt in the game with the Jets, Billy Sims, who didn't play for the Lions last week, and Wendell Tyler this week. But their defense would have stopped anybody today. 1st and 10 at the 33. Montana, and a safety blitz gets it off to Eason Ramson, who holds on and is stopped by Jimmy Collins in a pickup of just about 7 yards.
Blitz from the outside that time, and it was picked up extremely well. Eric Harris, number 26, came in, and actually from his right cornerback position. Craig, number 33, spots it, makes the block, and Montana unloads it to Eason Ramson, who doesn't get a lot of playing time at tight end for 49ers, but when he does, performs well.
He's in his 5th year, and somehow we see him play a lot in every game, don't we?
Played behind Charlie Young here for a couple years. Now he's behind Francis and Cooper.
2nd down and 3. Montana unloads it, and Clark holds on. First down inside the 20.
Any wonder why Montana likes to throw to him? Clark is 6'4", big for a wide receiver, got great range, good athletic ability. Montana had to throw it up over a blitzing George Andrews. Clark controlled it. Sensational concentration.
He has caught 5 balls today for 45 yards.
See that pivot? He looked inside. It was covered there. He pivoted out.
1st and 10 on the 19 now. 10-0. The Rams lead. Montana going for points and overthrows and almost picked off by Eric Harris. Dwight Clark was the intended receiver, and Montana took a lick as the Rams are playing a punishing defense in many phases of the game today. There's Harris.
Youngblood back there applying the pressure. DeJournay.
7 minutes 34 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. The 49ers need 2 scores. They're trailing 10-0. Earl Cooper is checked in and Bill Ring goes out. The Rams defense has been nothing short of sensational today against the highest scoring team in the league. Solomon is out to the right and Clark to the left. 2nd and 10. And it's Roger Craig hit once. Craig inside the 15 and gets to the 12. Nolan Cromwell and Eric Harris bring down the rookie, and it looks like he's finally cooking.
Runs in behind Randy Cross, the right guard, and Keith Fahnhorst, the right tackle. Fahnhorst blocking on Youngblood over there. Fahnhorst says that Youngblood is very, very difficult to get a hit on because he twists and squirms. But he got a little bit of him that time.
Bill Ring comes in with the play from the bench, and Clark will go out. 3rd and 2. And the way this game is going, this you'd have to say is an important 3rd down for San Francisco. Bill Ring forward, and it'll be close. Carl Eckern, who else is there on the inside play?
Then what do you do here? If you're Bill Walsh, and it is short, it's almost a sure 3 points for Ray Wersching. But you take the 3 and maybe not get down there again like this for the 7, or do you go for it on 4th down and try to get the 7 now?
Well, I would think if you haven't scored, you want to get something.
Well, you might not get in this close again, but he's bringing Wersching in.
Well, he's going with a hot kicker, I'll tell you that. Ray Wersching is a perfect kicker this year. 8 for 8 in the field goal department, 20 for 20 in conversions. His longest was last week against the Patriots, 45 yards.
Now what you're doing over there on defense now, Dick, they're saying don't anybody be offsides, no penalties on this. Can't give the 49ers a 1st down.
Now the 49ers have called a timeout. Their first of the 3 that they have here in the 2nd half, and we will take a timeout. 6 minutes 33 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. 10-0 LA. Ray Wersching has come off the field, and now the 49ers are going to go for it. They talk him out of it.
They must have talked Bill Walsh out of it or into it from upstairs, because they called the timeout, and now they're going to go for it here on 4th and about a foot.
They're at the 10-yard line. And Bill Ring gives him a 1st down and more at the 5. You know the crowd wanted him to go for it.
Well, I really think when on second thought, when he thought about it, he realized it was probably the smartest thing to do. They might not get this deep again, so they better try to get the 7 points on this trip downfield. Look at that offensive line. They're doing right there what the Rams have been doing most of the day, kicking out and controlling the line of scrimmage, and Ring, who's like a human bowling ball, running up in behind it.
It is a 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line. Bill Ring barreling through, but now the Niners have to make good and score here. Earl Cooper goes in motion. Montana rolling out. His receivers are covered. Now he's going to run it. And he'll settle for a 1-yard gain. And the Rams just blanketed all of the San Francisco receivers who are in the end zone.
And then with great quickness, Eckern and Collins and Johnny Johnson reacted and came back over with Montana on the scramble. Roll out right off the bat. Nothing there. Good coverage downfield. It looks good right now for Montana. But this Ram defense reacted tremendously fast to get him down here. Leroy Irvin there, number 47 also.
And Dwight Clark is coming with the play. Second down. And goal at the 3. Here's Roger Craig. He's in for the touchdown. It took a while for the highest scoring team in the NFL to get on the board, didn't it?
It's a good cutback that time by Craig.
Second NFL touchdown by Roger Craig. Ray Wersching adds the point after. And it's a 10-7 ball game with 4:52 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Bubba Paris, John Ayers, Eason Ramsden, Bill Ring on the lead, but Craig cuts up inside and makes a lunging effort across the goal line.
The San Francisco 49ers on Roger Craig's touchdown have drawn to within 10-7 in the fourth quarter. We'll be back for the Niners kickoff after this. It was a gamble. At first, Bill Walsh sent in Ray Wersching for 3 points on a 4th and 1, and then he sent in the regular offense, and Bill Ring got the first down, and then Roger Craig got the touchdown. And Wersching, who kicked the conversion, will now kick off to the Rams. It's a 10-7 game.
Craig, I wouldn't be a bit surprised, Dick. It hasn't been inspired some today by the rookie on the other side of the field, Eric Dickerson.
They were talking before the game in the end zone. And I think one can inspire the other. I think you're right. So Wersching will kick off. Barry Redden. 7 yards in the end zone. And they'll take it out at the 20.
This is a touchdown again by Craig. The toss from Montana and then the cut back inside. What you're going to like now is this rookie's reaction when he gets up. He knew that this one meant a lot to his ball club and to him. Yeah.
Take that. 10-7. And now the crowd is churned up several notches on a beautiful afternoon in the Bay Area as Joe Montana talks to the men upstairs.
But at the point of the ball game now where John Robinson has a lot of faith in his team. He thinks that they can control this game in this situation with the good offensive line and running in behind it with Dickerson and Redden.
Dickerson has 121 yards in the game. And here's Eric. He gets by one, and then he's hit by Ellison and Bobby Leopold. The clock is running, and it favors the Rams now, and they're going to have to pin their hopes on ball control.
Jim Stuckey, number 79, the defensive end, played that extremely well. He was the one with the big penetration right here off the bat. Couldn't get Dickerson down, and then everybody else showed up. 47, Collier, 69, Ellison, and 45, Bobby Leopold.
Gain of 1. It is 2nd and 9. Bill Walsh hoping the defense can hold and the Niners can get the ball again. The ball is at the 21. And Ferragamo to the air has Mike Barber as tight end and a first down at the 35. And a big play for the Rams. Willie Harper and Bobby Leopold make the stop.
They blitz the inside linebacker, number 69, Ricky Ellison, on this. Normally he would be back right in this hook zone where Ferragamo wanted to throw, but he came in on the blitz and it was wide open to Barber.
And that will help the Rams and chew up the clock. 3.5 minutes now remaining in the fourth quarter. 10-7. The Rams lead the 49ers. LA looking to move into a three-way tie for first place. They need to win this game. Dickerson. And holding on was Keena Turner to slow him up and allow some of his friends come in like Ricky Ellison. The clock continues to run, and there the two hope they can get another chance. Clark and Montana.
Normally in this situation, Dick, you'd see the 49ers out there with their nickel defense, but they know that Los Angeles is more apt to run here than not.
John Robinson with victories over the Giants and the Saints and the Lions. Losses to the Packers and the Jets. Tom Holmoe is in at strong safety. Leopold goes out. 2nd down and 6. They're at the 39. Using up the clock some more. Dickerson. And he is close to a 1st down and may have it at the 45. Dwayne Board caught him around the middle. The clock continues to run, and if the Rams get another 1st down right here, they will seemingly be in good control here, and it is a 1st down for the Rams. Timeout Story. The 49ers have 2 remaining, and the Rams all 3 of theirs.
That's what John Robinson wants to do. He wants to physically dominate a team, especially in the 4th quarter. His USC Trojans were noted for that, and he wants his team to be the same way.
And the 49ers are forced to call another timeout. It leaves them with 1, so they're not in very good position right now. The Rams are. 10-7 the score. 2:07 showing on the clock. We'll be back. Timeout Story, and the 49ers with their backs to the wall right there. Eric Dickerson has 134 yards today, and that's more than his average of 129 a game, and he would set an NFL record with over 2,000 yards if he continues at this pace.
He stays healthy, and there's just no way they're going to prevent him from breaking George Rogers' rookie record. That's for sure.
Right.
2,000 is another matter because it's a long season, but he sure looks capable.
And he's kind of healthy. They say that he's 23. The next day he gets up like nothing happened. He doesn't show any effects of being beaten up. 2 tight ends in there now for the Rams. 1st and 10 at the 45, and Barry Redden in the game gets a couple. And now we're going to have the clock stop with a 2-minute warning. So the 2-minute warning is in effect right now. The Rams lead it. They want to control it. The 49ers need to get the ball back, and when they do, they'll only have 1 timeout, and they hope they're only 3 down when they do. John Robinson's team is looking good right now. Well, it's a ball control story, and the Niners have to get it back, Wayne.
Well, and a lot will depend on what they do on this very next down. If they get the Rams stopped right here in good shape with a very short gain, they may use that other timeout.
I guess if there's a team that can manage without a timeout on offense, maybe the 49ers are one of those teams.
They do the 2-minute drill as good as anybody in football. That's been proven historically in the past 2 or 3 years by them. But the way this Ram defense is playing today, I don't know.
2nd down and 9 at the 46. Rams in their own 46. Dickerson trying to go outside. Look at that. He took tacklers an extra 3 or 4 yards and came awfully close to a 1st down. Ricky Ellison finally gets credit, and they'll stop the clock at 1:51. But actually, they had Dickerson after a 3-yard gain, and he went an extra 4.
And he's just a great talent. That's what John Robinson talked about him earlier in the season, saying how he finishes off a run. He seems to attack the tacklers right at the last instance and explode into them and pick up that extra yardage. He is a sensational talent.
49ers have used up their last timeout. They have none left. And when we come back, it'll be 3rd down and 1. And it may all hinge on this one play when we come back. The preceding message was brought to you by the National Football League. Dick Stockton and Wayne Walker, the story right there, part of it anyway. 49ers are out of timeouts, 1:51 to go. But more important, with the score 10-7 Rams, it's 3rd and less than a yard. You can focus all your attention right here on this play. Redden is the up pass. Gooman in motion. And they may have stopped him. Robert Alexander, carrying the ball, may have been stopped by the 49ers, of course. And they were. It's 4th down. Now if you're John Robinson,
You kick. Everybody down low in the front part. Look at the 2 linebackers, Ellison and Reynolds up on top, and Ellison made the initial hit in the stop.
Robert Alexander is stopped, and it is 4th down. They're letting the clock run. 1:24 to go. And it appears that they're going to take a delay of the game here to let some time move off. Misko is in good position on punting anyway, and he just wants to, and the delay of game penalty goes into effect. 5-yard penalty against the Rams will just set the ball back to the 49. But at least the 49ers on that terrific defensive play will have a chance once more.
It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? Where great effort on both sides all afternoon. There's been no letdown in this ball game from the opening kickoff.
Misko will punt from the 35, and Dana McLemore is back at the 12. And if he can't find anything, you can be sure he'll be heading for the sidelines to stop the clock. 1:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's 10-7, the Rams over the 49ers. He's averaged, Misko, more than 45 yards a kick today. Used up a lot of time. McLemore inside his 15. And McLemore is down at the 29-yard line with 1:02 remaining. And Otis Grant having a bit of a problem right now with Jesse Sapolo, a couple of rookies. But it's all up to Montana and company right here, Wayne.
Montana and company and Ray Wersching on the sideline if they get close enough.
The 49ers have no timeouts remaining. They start from the 30. Mike Wilson, Freddie Solomon, Dwight Clark, and Joe Montana. Passes to Clark, heading for the sideline. At the 39, call it the 40. Johnny Johnson runs him out of bounds, and the clock stops with that much time remaining, 55 seconds.
And I don't think Montana was looking anywhere else but at that man right there, number 87, the minute the ball was snapped. He went back in the pocket, head and eyes to the right, stepped up because he was getting some pressure from Youngblood, and got it to Clark.
It's amazing, but the 49ers have only one win in the last 16 games against the Rams here in San Francisco. And they're trailing here. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Montana has to go to the air. This time he finds Clark again. And Clark is at midfield. 49ers will hurry up. They've got to set it up in a hurry. Montana has called the play. 39 seconds. They want to get in field goal range. Montana fires it away. Stop the clock with 31. Wersching is 8 for 8 this year. He had the big miss last year. Now, where do the Niners, Wayne, have to get the ball so that Wersching, comfortably or otherwise, has a chance to tie the game?
45 yards or in for him. He can get there with no problem from 45 yards out. And this is one of those fairly rare days, I think, at Candlestick, Dick. There's not a lot of wind out here this afternoon.
.31 seconds. Montana, who has completed 26, completes to Clark out of bounds at the 37-yard line, and 25 seconds remain. The drama is excruciating here at Candlestick Park.
What Montana can squeeze out of nothing is just incredible. He's in trouble back here in the pocket now. Clark running against the linebacker, takes it outside. Montana on a dead run got the ball to him on the money and allowed him to get out of bounds.
If Wersching is to try a 45-yarder, that means he has to kick from the 35. They've really got to get to the 25-yard line.
They've got to pick up about another 10 yards to get within his range.
1st and 10, but that's not the important thing. They're at the 39, and a swing pass to Roger Craig, and it's incomplete. Incomplete to Craig. Nolan Cromwell on the hit. 20 seconds remain.
Cromwell really closed on that play. Montana wanted to go downfield originally, but he's getting some pressure. Good penetration by there. Some people with their hands up and had to throw it before he wanted to. Won't see anybody right there now, but look at number 21 come over.
Nehemiah and Ring have come in the game. Wersching waiting on the sidelines. He's had a perfect year, and he just wants to try one. 20 seconds remain. No timeouts left. 4 front linemen for the Rams. Jeter, Desjardins, Youngblood, and Doss. And there is Montana with a quick toss to Clark. And does he get out of bounds? No, he doesn't. The clock runs with on the 33. 11 seconds. And Montana's going to have to hurry. And he'll stop the clock right there with 3 seconds to go. And no choice. Wersching's got to come in and try it here.
Let me tell you about him. He is probably kicking stronger this year, and I don't mean for accuracy, than he ever has. Last year during the offseason was the first time that he spent an extensive amount of time strengthening his leg. He daily would kick in a swimming pool. He said it's helped his strength tremendously, kicking against the water.
This would be the longest field goal attempt he's ever made. 51 yards. 50 was his longest. Montana holds. It's blocked. And Cromwell has it, and the Rams have won it. And the LA Rams, Ivory Sully, who blocked Wersching's kick last year to prevent the 49ers from getting into the playoffs,